When did you make the decision to really fully commit your life to tennis?
I went over to train in Barcelona in Spain when I was 15, and I'd say that was probably it, because that was when I moved away from my family. Because I used to play in Scotland, I probably played 5 or 6 hours of tennis a week, and I was playing basically 4 or 5 hours a day over in Spain. So that was a huge change to me, and that was when I started to become more professional. I learned how to work hard, I learned how to be disciplined, and that would have been it, probably around 15, 16 years old.
And it's interesting, you were playing for Britain in an under-16 championship in the final against Spain, and after the match you go and play racquetball with Rafael Nadal. You both, were around the same age, in your mid-teens at the time. And what was it about that racquetball match that ended up being so impactful on you?
I mean, he didn't speak much English, I didn't speak much Spanish, but I just asked him about, who and how he trains over in Spain and who he trains with, and he was practicing, for a few hours a day when he was there, and he was practicing with Carlos Moya, who's a former #1 in the world. He won the French Open, and I was practicing, just a few hours a week with my brother, and that was when I realized that if I wanted to try and go to the next level and become a professional, I was going to have to change sort of the environment I was training in, and that's one of the reasons why I moved to Spain.
But it made you angry learning that. I mean, why did it frustrate you so much?
Well, I think like when you're very competitive, I mean, even at that age, that was when you start to realize that I didn't have enough sort of opportunity in Scotland, and I couldn't do it. The weather, not enough courts, and obviously with school, I couldn't play enough. And when he was by far the best player, he's 1 year older than me, and he was much better than all of the players there. And one of the reasons for that is that he was getting great practice and with top players, and enough hours on the court. And that was why I was frustrated, and I remember I called my mum afterwards and said I wanted to go and try out Spain.
Why do you think it's one of the best decisions you've ever made?
Because training in the UK, well, there was players that were better than me or of equal standard, that stayed in the UK to train, and a lot of them stopped playing a couple of years later. I feel like they have a great understanding of how to teach players how to play the game, and in Spain they have a philosophy really, and all of the coaches teach the same way. You do the same sort of drills and practices as the top players do, and that helps when you see them doing the same exercise that you're doing on the court. And no one cares. Like, if you're, I was the #1 in Great Britain, but when you go over to Spain, no one has any idea who you are. So you're just kind of you're a small fish in a big pond. There's no way of getting out of hard work there. And I was practicing with guys that were much older than me and much better than me, and that was how I learned what standards were of a professional athlete.